Monty McKinnon, and thank you for joining me today. Well, we're getting there. I just thought you might like to get a sneak peek at what this is starting to look like. This morning, I came down here all prepared to build the bridge, and I found a mark on the top, and I had to sand it down, and I had to reapply French polish, and then I had to do all the swirling and everything else to clean it all up. And I've managed to do that, and I'm going to show it to you in just a moment. First, let's spin the intro, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. This bridge here is just a temporary. I haven't glued it on yet. This is one that I adapted, actually. This is a Martin bridge. I want to show you. There's a typical Martin bridge. I don't like the shape of it. So I redesigned it and changed it into this, which I like a whole lot better. I don't know, it's just me. However, I may use this, I may not. Because today, what we have to do is make a jig for doing the bridge. But just before we get there, I thought you might like to have a quick peek at the way this is looking. The top has had several coats on it. So has the side and the back. It hasn't been polished yet, and the neck hasn't been polished. It's still got a little bit of work to do here yet and clean it up. But we're getting there. Look at the peg head up here. This thing is just spectacular. This is so smooth. Even I find it hard to believe. It's really, really nice. That's, of course, Brazilian rosewood, and this is mahogany. This is Brazilian, and the top is a Sitka top. So there we go, and the shell is Paua, and it comes from mother of pearl down in Australia, if you're curious about that. So now let's talk a little bit about the bridge. What I did, this is my former jig that I have used before, and it's not quite the same on both sides. It's very close, but the center seemed to be off just a bit, and I had the lines drawn in here, and it just bugged me no end. So what I did is I took a simple piece of hardboard, and I put it up on here, and I drew a pattern on the one side. This is the pattern that I came up with. So I took all the fixtures off of this, that is these things, and I recreated this, and you'll see me in the video making how this all comes together. So what I did is I drew my line. I then took the spindle sander, and I cut close to this, by the way, with the bandsaw. Then I took the spindle sander, and I very carefully came up to the edge of this so as not to quite touch it, but just to kiss it. And then I just simply went across here with the sandpaper in my hand. This is Baltic birch, and this plywood is really much better than that stuff. Now, what I've got is I've set this up. You can see the lines here and here. This is for a 6.5 inch or 170 millimeter wide bridge. So that's exactly what this is, 6.5 inches. I've drawn a center line across there. And by the way, if you don't have one of these tools, one of my very favorite tools is this angle bracket. You can get it at Lee Valley. No, they don't sponsor me. And you just take this, put it on there. It gives you the perfect lineup. Draw your line and you've got it square. You can draw all the way around something, so it's really handy. All right, so we've got that line in there. Now what I do is I look for my glasses. It's tough getting old, you know. And I have one side here that is perfectly smooth. I've even sanded it. That's going to be the front edge of the bridge. So I'm putting that inward. I'm lining up the center line here with the center line on my soon-to-be bridge, and then I just simply clamp it down, and there I have it. Now, what I do is I take a white pencil and I draw a line. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this to the bandsaw because I have the basic shape here, and I'm going to cut these ends off. Now, you want to be careful with this because this is going on a router table. It has a collar and a router bit in it. And so the collar is out from the bit, which means if you cut this right to the line, your bit's not going to touch the shape. So you have to cut outside that line. I'm just taking off a little bit just so that when I put it on the router, I can just run this thing through, and we're going to do that, and I'll show you how that works in just a minute. So right now, let's head over to the bandsaw. Okay, here we are at the bandsaw, and I have this piece here. You can see the line that I drew here. Comes in here, up, and in here. And I'm just going to cut off a little piece of this just to do that, okay? So we're going to do that right now. I'll do it freehand here. I just want to be careful. Here we go. Okay, that comes up like that. That's going to be fine because we'll put that onto the router table and we'll just get the rest of the shape. It'll be pretty close. Now, because this is flat here, it's not going to come in there. It's going to end somewhere in around here, and I'll have to do this part by hand. But you'll see all of that. All right, let's get on to it. Okay, we were at the router table. I have taken the clamp that you use just to make sure that this is in nice and secure, and it is, so we don't need that anymore. And I have my jig here, and I got my center line. I've got my center line on here and my center line here, and I just put them right on one another. And I can see here that we've got that thing almost at the top. It's too big a bite. Well, there we have it. Interesting on this particular cut, when I came to the other side, the router grabbed the piece of wood and the grain, but you can see how the grain has changed color here, the wood, and down over here. Anyway, what it did is it ended up moving it in the jig. It moved it exaggerated. It moved it like that. So what I did is I put a spacer here, put this back in here, clamped this down, reshaped it so it ended up being perfect. It's out by, that is, it's thinner by maybe less than a 1/16 of an inch. It's not going to be a big deal at all. But there it is. So we've got the basic shape for our bridge. Cool. Got to clean up now. Well, there are at least 4 more steps involved in going from this to this. Obviously, we need to cut it down on the sides. We need to put holes in there. We need to put a slot on the end. We need to taper the back down. We need to shape it to make it like this so that we can set it here on the guitar. Now, I'm going to set the guitar in another room so that it doesn't get marked and it has a chance to harden on the finish. And I think what we'll do, because we have so much more to do on the bridge yet, we'll end it there for today, and I'll carry on with the bridge in a subsequent video. In the meantime, don't forget to check out the links that are down below. If you need some Starbound glue, you can get some and save yourself a little bit of money. Also, I would point you to the tea house that's indicated down below here. And if you need some tea, which I need right now, and I just had mine to start this video, and I've finished it, so I'm going upstairs to make another cup. It'll be my 4th for today so far, and it's just past noon. I'm going to be shaking like crazy tonight. All right, that's it. Please subscribe if you like the video, and by all means hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. You guys are the best. Bye for now, friends.